When it comes to choosing car insurance, there are a lot of options out there. It can be overwhelming to sort through it all, and while every customer has different needs, I think one thing most people look for is a way to save money before signing on the dotted line. So here to help us navigate all of that is Elliot Silverstein with our partners at CAA Insurance. Good morning, Elliot.
Good morning.
Well, we're all ears. We want to save money, and I know a lot of us might be spending more than we need to on insurance. What do customers need to know when it comes time to choose an insurance provider?
So one of the biggest tips we can recommend is not leaving your insurance renewal to the very last minute, because for a lot of people, they find insurance confusing or in some cases stressful. But it's really important to review your current policy because it may have been years since you've last looked at it, because you want to find a policy that best fits your current needs. And the important thing is talking to an insurance broker or agent to review your policy and make sure that what you have in terms of coverage is aligned to your lifestyle, and try to avoid overpaying for certain things you may not need.
Okay, so let's just say you're thinking of it now because you're watching the interview. A lot of people, they just kind of let their insurance roll around in the background. They just kind of get the letter in the mail and they just sign on the dotted line and keep the same policy that they've had for years and years and years. Why is that actually a very unwise practice?
So there's a lot of things you could be leaving on the table because a lot of things may have changed over the years. So for some people, they don't necessarily talk about it every year. They let it roll over, but your lifestyle may have changed. So for example, you may be commuting to the office less, or you may have retired over the last few years, or potentially now you're taking more trips down south in the winter, leaving your car at home for a couple of months, or potentially you now have multiple vehicles in your home where one is being used infrequently. And there's solutions to actually have that are out there that you can have savings right there because you can find a product that is best suited for your family's lifestyle.
Okay, so let's say you are somebody who travels. You're not using the car for, say, all summer long or all winter long or any period of months. How can I save money if I'm not using my car?
So one thing that we talk about at CAA is the MyPace program. It is Canada's first and only pay-as-you-go auto insurance program. And really what it is, it's designed for low mileage drivers. And by low mileage, we mean less than 9,000 kilometers a year. So if you're driving your car less than 9,000 kilometers, you could find a savings right off the bat, because we find that policyholders on the MyPace program save about 50% compared to traditional auto insurance, because what you do is you pay a base rate to protect your car, and then you're charged in 1,000 kilometer increments. So if you're not driving your car for a couple of months, you're not going to see another charge or an installment put forward until you reach the next 1,000 kilometer increment. And that's a product that is available now in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island.
That's really interesting. How do you keep track of the mileage with CAA? Do you just let them know what the odometer reads?
So what we do is we issue a little device that you put underneath your steering column in the onboard dash, and it tracks the kilometers driven. And that is the metric right there. So it's able to send a signal that at around 950 kilometers, you're about to reach your next 1,000 kilometer increment, and then you're charged when you approach there. So that is an easy solution, because there's nothing that the driver has to do other than install the device once they receive it.
Oh, that sounds very easy. The future is now. Now, is there anything else you want people to know about insurance before we go?
So there's a lot of opportunities out there, because you can bundle home and auto insurance and find some significant savings by finding that opportunity, but also looking at multi-vehicle discounts, so having your multiple vehicles on one particular policy. At the same time, while you don't have to be a CAA member to get auto insurance with us, our members can save up to 20% on insurance. And really, at the end of the day, the most important thing is don't leave it to the last minute. It's really important to review your insurance policy. Take the time, because you could be leaving money on the table.
Okay, so when it comes to, basically, even if you think of it today, you could just call up CAA or your current provider and do your research, so maybe you can save money.
There's never a bad time, and it's probably the best time when you're not at the wire to make that change.
Perfect. Well, Elliot, thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
That was Elliot with our partners at CAA with a chat about saving money on insurance. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back in just a few minutes. See you then.